Get the sauce.
Yep. The first 5 run line hat. That's your. Oh, that mic's loud. The first 5 testing. That volume. Yeah, that sounds about right. What, the first 5 run line hat? Yeah, that's on. That's on there. No, not Zins. Nicorette gum. Yeah, Prop Beaver's definitely off to a rough start today. He assaulted somebody on Twitter. Oh, shit. David Tweet says Jays won, top of the 9th, and says easy money. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a troll. That's classic mush. Does the gum work? Well, I haven't smoked a cigarette in coming up on like 7 years now since I smoked a cigarette. So it worked for me, yeah. Problem is you're only supposed to chew the gum for about 6 months. Like you're supposed to do the 4 milligram, the 2 milligram, and then just regular gum. I'm still chewing the 4 milligram 6 years later. So like I never weaned off. I basically just chew the gum instead of smoke cigarettes now. So I'm sure that like the gum isn't good for you, but it's better than smoking. Sauce is 2-12 in NBA picks. What? You got to learn to count, brother. This wasn't like an ad to quit smoking. Someone asked about the Nicorette gum. I got some THC gum. You should try it. Nah, I mean, I don't really smoke much anymore. I smoke weed like maybe twice a year when I'm with friends that are smoking weed, and I happen to be like if I'm on vacation or on the golf course or something where I'm not working after, maybe. But does the gum get you lightheaded? The first piece in the morning does, kind of like a cigarette. J7, I will not wear a Steelers hat until Tomlin's gone. I won't support that. You know what? The Knicks do deserve an apology from me. That was awesome. That was awesome. Last night was awesome, man. I mean, I went 6-2 with some plus money hits, and one of my 2 losses was I was rooting against. I was rooting for the Knicks, so I got a Cleveland Browns hat, man. I got one. Oh, what's up, Chris? We're doing that. There's only one NHL game, and he's got an easy pick, so we're doing NHL first. But I mean, it'll be like 5 minutes. Can I get an inspirational happy birthday message? You want a happy birthday message from me? Happy birthday, man. Inspirational. What do you want to give me, like a Denzel Washington type of speech? I'm T-Money Picks, and I destroyed Sauce on his own channel. All right, man. Keep grinding. Sounds like you're killing it. I know, dude. Nationals, man. Corbin Burns dealing. What a day. 0 run support. You know what, though? It's the White Sox bullpen, and we still got 6 outs. So we're still alive there. What's the issue with Tomlin? Okay, so the thing with Mike Tomlin is, all right, so let me preface it by saying this is kind of a running joke in the Discord. So it gets exaggerated, but The what we always talk about is how Tomlin's held to such a lower standard than every other head coach. I mean, Tomlin's getting extensions and praised for things that other head coaches are losing their jobs for. Like, for example, do you know that in the history of the NFL, do you want to know the amount of coaches that have gone 6 years without a playoff win and still kept their job? It's 2. Tomlin's the second ever, and he just got an extension, let alone. So the thing is, what I am pointing out is that because he's very liked, people love Tomlin. He's a very likable guy. Because he's very liked, he gets different kind of treatment. Like, everyone's completely cool. 9-8 anywhere else is you're getting fired. But Tomlin will go 9-8 for a half a decade, and everyone's like, yeah. I mean, Pete Carroll just lost his job. He's got way better resume. I mean, what did the Seahawks go? 9-8, 10-7 or whatever. Yeah. All right, you guys are here. We're skipping the NHL. Let's bring, because you guys are in the background here, and oh, okay, no problem.
You bet both games, I see.
I eventually did, yeah. Initially, I was just gonna take that second game, but yeah, I ended up taking that first game too. I'm not even gonna touch the NBA, dude. I'm betting WNBA, and that's it.
That's it. Oh, okay.
I'm not fucking, dude. Like the Cleveland game's stupid.
Yeah, the Cleveland game.
The second game is tough. Well, I got some leans, but
yeah, I bet it twice. I bet the second game twice. I ain't bet the first game.
Side and total?
Yeah, I bet side and total for Dallas and OKC.
See, okay, so Hairston said, I think it'll change soon. The past few years, they've had a bad team. That's true. Steelers haven't had a good team. He hasn't had a ton to work with. But, rewind past beyond this, they had arguably the best team in the NBA for 3 straight years. They had prime Hall of Fame quarterback in Roethlisberger. They had prime Le'Veon Bell, who was arguably the best running back in the league. You had prime Antonio Brown. You had a solid defense. Like, that was an elite team. The one year, they were 2 years in a row, they were the second, based on odds, the second highest favorite to win the Super Bowl. In those 2 years, 0 playoff wins and an elimination from Blake Bortles. Like, so even, like, he's had good teams too. It hasn't done anything. Yeah, but the reason I rag on Tomlin is a running joke from the Discord, though. I don't hate Mike Tomlin, but we have funny arguments in there about how I say he's overrated. All right, so I think here's the thing. I think I told Ski 415. So what we'll do is we'll go through a couple, and then when Ski comes in, if he wants to give a pick for like one of these games that you already did, I'll just flip it back. So. All right, it's 4 o'clock. What's up, everybody? We're going to start with some WNBA. And, yeah, I mean, last night was a good one for me. Like you might have just heard me say, I went 6-2, and one of my losses was the Pacers. A bet I was hoping I lost would lose. So I went 6-2, and one of my losses I was openly rooting for. So definitely an awesome night for me. Shout out to the Royals. Royals. Really nice. Needed that one, too. So a really nice Tuesday night for me, coming in with some momentum. UCapper, I actually saw both of you guys with some WNBA wins yesterday. Good shit.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday was really kind. Really kind.
All right. So first game up is Sky at Wings, Chicago, Dallas. Either one of you gentlemen would like to go first?
Go ahead, RC.
Yeah. So I was telling Chris before this, I wasn't gonna bet this game, but it actually went down to a number that I could back. It came down to -8. It still looks like it's going down, but I think there's like a lot of steam chasing going on here. The Wings are gonna be without Satu Sabali. She's arguably their best player. Arike, she's good, but I think the most important player on this team is Sabali, and she's not gonna be in the lineup today. But I think. If you look at the other side, the Chicago team, they're really, to me, in sort of a rebuild mode, right? They're missing 3 of their top 5 scorers from last season. Their front court is lacking. Cardoso is missing time. Isabel Harrison is out for this game as well. I think two players that you want to key in from a prop perspective, I would say is Mabry and Dana Evans. I think those two will get a good chunk of shots up, like volume wise. So if you want to look at points, maybe look towards them. But I just don't think that they have anyone on the defensive side of the ball that's capable of stopping Enrique on the perimeter. If she gets going, she gets hot. Like she's like that. To me, she's like, I would say like Carmelo, the way that she shoots the ball, quick release. Like when she gets hot, she gets going. That's the way that she plays. And if she gets to that point, it's going to be tough for anyone on that Chicago side to stop her. I think the only person that would probably be capable would be Diamond DeShields, but she's missed the whole last year with an injury. So it might take some time for her to get back into form. And then on the Dallas side, they're going to eat in the paint as well. Tierra McCowan, Natasha Howard, Kalani Brown, those three right there, they're number one in offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds, I believe, last season. And I think that's going to be the same again this year. They're going to have a lot of layups, putbacks and all that stuff. So, and then on the offensive side in the paint for Chicago, they really don't have a lot of size. I mean, they got Angel Reese or whatever, but I think their small forward to center positions is projecting who they start. None of those three can shoot the three ball efficiently, right? So they're really relying on Mabry and Dana Evans on the perimeter side. That works well because you got Kalani Brown and McCowan to be able to stop the paint with no issues, right? So to me, I don't see ways that Chicago can score efficiently, and I think that Dallas should be able to eat in the paint, even if Enrique doesn't shoot well. She throws up these dookie ass shots that she normally does, that sometimes goes in. They'll still get a lot of putbacks and offensive rebounds, and get to that 8-point mark. I wouldn't have touched it if it was over 10 points still, but at the 8-point mark, it's definitely doable for me.
All right, Dallas minus 7.5. My two favorite teams, so I've decided I like the Atlanta because I like Ariel Powers. Yeah. That's my favorite player. And the girl who clamped Caitlin Clark last night,
Dejanay Carrington. I'm
a fan. I'm into it. Followed her on Instagram.
We've been a fan for a while, right, Chris?
Followed her on Instagram.
He said he followed her on Instagram.
I'm in. I'm a Carrington fan.
Dejanay's it. Yeah.
Oh man. So this game I went opposite of RC here. I did catch it at 8.5. And I just think that the line was a tad bit too big. I think RC made a lot of great points, but the one that really sticks out to me more so than any other is the guard position for the Dallas Wings. Satu Sabally wasn't their starting point guard, but she handled the ball a lot last season. I think she might have been first on the team in assists. And Crystal Dangerfield, who was their starting point guard, a veteran, is no longer on the team as well. So I just I'm kind of concerned about their point guard position, especially with Arika Gumuwale taking all the shots. Like, she is like an inefficient Donovan Mitchell. She is. I'm right though. I see when you're
gonna throw 25 shots today, easy.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I just kind of feel like I know. So for Chicago, they have a new coach, Teresa Weatherspoon, who I think is gonna she's gonna make them they're gonna play hard for her. I really do believe that. I do think that they are limited offensively, but I think that defense will be able to keep this game within 10 points. And I think that they do have some scores as well. Maria Mabry, as RC kind of talked about, Dana Evans, and I think Elizabeth Williams and Angel Reese, even though she's a rookie, I think that they at least play defense and play with a lot of energy and effort here. So I did take Chicago plus the 8.5. I guess it's a way that we could probably get a push here, RC, but one of us going to have to lose if this is less than a 9-point game here.
So Chicago has Angel Reese and the South Carolina girl, right?
So she's hurt. She's hurt. She's going to be out.
Cardosa?
Cardosa. She's out for like 4. Was it 4 weeks or 4? Wow. I think it's a while.
I heard it was like almost half the season. Or
that sucks.
I think 20 games at least.
Because you got to think they were all pumped up to unveil that new front court.
For sure.
But our community agrees with Chris here. So, UCAP, you're on a bit of a Dallas Wings island.
I like my islands. It's all good.
Yeah, I like being an island too. Except for when you lose on the island, you tend to take more flack.
That's a fact.
Because like last night, I lost on the Pacers. I knew I wasn't going to get much shit for that pick because most of the people were on it. When you take like the sharp contrarian side and it loses, that's when you get a lot of hate.
That's a fact.
All right, so this is a layup here. Atlanta minus 5. Am I right?
You bet it? You bet it? Yeah.
I didn't bet it, but
okay. Yeah.
Ariel Powers is a gamer. I don't know much about her basketball prowess, but I watched a stream of her playing Call of Duty. Thought it was funny as hell. No, seriously. So I saw a clip. This is how I became a fan of her. So a clip of her highlight reel came on my Instagram, and I was like, oh, yo, this girl can play. And I went and found her on Twitter, and there was a stream of her playing Call of Duty, and she was just talking shit. And I was like, I like this girl. I'm a fan. She's like, she's very likable. So yeah, I'm on the Atlanta here.
Oh man, I like Atlanta too, Cal, for different reasons, but I like Atlanta in this spot also. It's really just a turnover of their roster, not necessarily like a tremendous turnover, but this team is stacked this year. Like when I think about the Atlanta Dream last year, they were a team that didn't necessarily cover on the road. Me and RC were actually texting about this game last night, kind of looking ahead. But they were a team that didn't really cover on the road. They turned the ball over a lot, and they were a super young team. This year, I do think that having another year of development for this team, and I love the additions that they bring in. They bring in Jordan Canada, who I'm not sure is going to play in this game or not, but they got her from the Sparks. They still got Haley Jones at the point guard position, and they have Crystal Dangerfield, who used to actually play for this Dallas Wings team. And then you still got Alyssa Gray, Ariel Powers, like you mentioned. Ray Howard is an absolute bucket, and then Shanae Parker, Nia Coffey off the bench as well at the power forward position. And then Tina Charles was actually MVP of the league back in 2012, and they bring her in as well. And it's a fate of this Los Angeles. I was about to call them the Clippers. The Sparks team as well. They were a team that is going through a rebuilding phase a little bit. They lost some key players. Nneka Ogwumike is in Seattle now. Carly Samuelson is not there anymore. Of course, Jordan Candace on the opposite side tonight. They lost Jasmine Thomas due to retirement. And Shanae, she's just on ESPN all the time. She wasn't really playing last year anyway, but she's also gone. So I think, I think that they're still going to play hard for Coach Kurt Miller. But I do think it's going to be a bit of a developmental age. They're going to showcase Cameron Brink, who they drafted early in the draft. And I just expect Atlanta to be able to win this game by multiple.
Cameron Brink?
Yeah, she's on LA. Yeah, Brink's on LA, yeah. And I think, so I think that they'll be a defensive team, kind of like the Chicago Sky. I just don't think that they're going to be able to keep this game within 2 possessions, though, with all the firepower that the Atlanta Dream have on the opposite side. So Atlanta Dream -5 for me as well.
All right. You Capper, what do you think about Atlanta -5, maybe an Ariel Powers over PRAs?
No.
No.
Atlanta, though, I did take the Dream as well, the -5. I think this is another game where there's like chemistry already built with this Dream team versus, a team that looks drastically different than last season. So it might take them time to gel. I think, Chris kind of pointed out all the missing pieces and all the changes that the Sparks have to do. And now they're going to rely on a couple of draft picks and a couple of new additions, like Ari McDonald. I think she might be a starter. She came from the Dream. But other than that, the Dream have the cohesion. They have the best player on the court. They picked up some really good depth pieces. I don't think Jordan Canada is going to play today, but they do have Crystal Dangerfield, Ariel Powers, Tina Charles, everyone that Chris mentioned, and all of those are very capable players that could really fill roles on every single team in the WNBA, and that's really tough to do, in this type of league. To me, I think there's a lot of things that a lot of people say. Even Chris said it. Don't back the Dream on the road, but I think I'm not too sure team trends really translate from year to year, especially when there are changes like this, like the Sparks have had to kind of endure this offseason. So to me, it was an easy look to the Dream on this one really quickly. I would say that you could even take the first half as well. In my opinion, I think this is a beginning to end type of thing, to double results, whatever. I think Atlanta should be able to dominate this matchup.
And out of personal curiosity, if you were to line up the most valuable pieces to the Atlanta Dream, where would Ariel Powers be? Like, is she like one of the best players on the team, or? No, I'm seriously asking, because is she like?
I would say she would be a dope six woman, or six or seven.
Six, yeah, okay.
Yeah, all 6 or 7. I think she would probably come in with the second unit. That second unit that they will have. Ariel Powers, dude, it's one of the deeper teams in the league.
One of the better players on Minnesota last year.
That's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I have Dream so high in my power rankings, is because of how deep this team is, and also they already have their their key core players that they have
Bring
from
back the
last
same
season.
coach. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I agree.
So,
I
mean,
agree
they're,
with that.
they're continuing
They're really
to
deep,
develop
yeah.
as a team, and they brought in dope players. So
Yeah.
that's why I have them like top. What do I have them right now? Top 5. I have them top 5 in my power rankings.
Ski here too.
Yep, I got him.
I don't know if you see him. Okay.
Yeah, bringing him in now.
Yeah, I think it'll be between them. RC, why he brings Ski on? I think it'll be between them and Connecticut. RC, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I think both of those teams are super deep. I like Connecticut's depth off the bench, and we saw, that come into play yesterday against Indiana Fever.
Yep.
Ski. So UCapper can't hang out for NBA, so we just started. We're on this game now, so let's bring up Ski now, and then we can hop back to the first game if you wanted to share something for that. We're all on Atlanta here.
Well, yesterday I had a good day. I went 2-1, but today I don't really feel strong enough. I didn't get to the window with anything. I do lean towards the Dream. It's a team that's been together a little bit longer, and I just think they're the better team right now. So I wanted to get there with them. I also think it's an over game, but I didn't like either enough. It's a game where I have to watch them right now in the first game of the season. In the first game, it's no way I'm laying with Dallas, especially without Satu. I will be rolling with the Sky plus the 8 points. I think they have enough players. Mabry, she'll have a chip on her shoulder versus her old team. So it'll be Sky plus 8 or Dream -5.
Dream -5. Let's do it. So UCapper, you are truly on a Dallas Wings island. The poll like Chicago. Both these guys like Chicago. You're the only one in the world on Dallas.
12.5 down to 8 to 7.5 on Sabali. Seems like a lot.
I mean, does Dallas really need to be double-digit favorites like that versus anybody?
But they're not right now.
I mean, they were. That's what I'm saying. They were 12.5. So that's why it's got bet down, just because you used to have Dallas laying that big number. I mean, of course, Satu's going to move it too, but if I see Dallas minus 12.5, I'm immediately.
I stayed away from all the way down to like 12, and then I woke up and it was at 8. I was like, nah, this is way too much.
Kyle, I know you're a little bit new to WNBA. I'm going to give you a reference.
More than new. I don't know any of these things.
You can talk shit about Enrique. I already know.
Enrique, hey, she can score. She could, she can do all this stuff, but she takes terrible shots. She makes horrible decisions. I compare her to, like, people not going to like it, but I compare her to Russell Westbrook. That's who I think she is. And Westbrook does a lot of things to make you not win games. So expect a player like that to win by 8 without her other running mate. Not for me.
What about Bradley Beal taking bad shots? That's what I think of. When you say taking bad shots, that's what I think of.
I said inefficient Donovan Mitchell, because Donovan Mitchell just a pull up, I can see that, but he'll make it.
that makes sense to me. That's a good comparison.
Ronald, you said you had to dip, or you want to hang out for?
Yeah, no, I gotta take off, guys. But good luck at the NBA.
All right, bro. Good luck today too.
Good luck, Ozzy.
All right, so I don't know. Basically, what I said about this game last night was I have no interest in this series. This series sucks. Last game, I put down Celtics money line and Peyton Pritchard over 7.5 points. That was my bet in a same game parlay. And to be honest, I kind of might do something similar. If my pick against the spread would be Boston minus the points, or I might just do something fun with it. I might go Pritchard 15 plus 500. This guy, man, I wish he was a Knick. The intensity of a saber-toothed tiger. I mean, he's out there. There was one play in particular. So we bet, me and Andy in the office, we bet that bet, like a Pritchard over, and we're watching. And there was one play. Jason Tatum got the ball, isolation about 16 feet from the basket, back to the basket with Karis LeVert defending him, one-on-one. Pritchard's out there like, give me the ball. Like, dude, that's your star player MVP candidate that has a one-on-one look against LeVert, and Pritchard wants it. I was like, man, this guy. And then when it gets to the end of the game, the blowouts, he thinks he's Michael Jordan. He takes every shot. I mean, I respect it. I wish he was a New York Knick. He's got the intensity for us. So I might do something fun with Pritchard, because in blowouts, all jokes aside, in blowouts, he takes so many shots. With that second unit, that the Celtics are up 30 unit, he takes so many shots with that unit. So maybe like a Celtics money line, Pritchard 10 plus. Try to get it to an even bet, but it would be Celtics or pass. I really don't have much interest. Ski, I know you're on Celtics first half. I watched that part of your show.
Well, first of all, I had the Knicks yesterday. I just wanted to let you know.
I know. I saw on Twitter, man. Dude, honestly, props for having more faith in my guys than I did.
They're not dead yet. I think I might be on them again in the next game. But for this one, I like your look on Pritchard because this game could definitely get out of hand, and he could, like, your logic makes 100% sense. The Cavs, like, when I look at it, Donovan Mitchell not playing, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 Cancun or Galveston, however you want to call it, written all over the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. And the Celtics, they've already had their letdown game, just like they had one in Miami. I don't think they take their foot off the gas. If they do, you know it's going to be at the end, like the end of the game, just like last time. So I'm pretty sure you know where me and Chris are going. First half, we've been preaching it. It's been cashing above 70%. That's what I'm rocking with.
Yeah, and I don't know this for a fact, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chris is on that same.
Yeah, I actually didn't bet Boston first half. At least not yet. I just didn't bet the game. I wanted to see what happened with Donovan Mitchell, and I did. Like I missed it earlier. The line didn't only move like a point, but that's the only way I would look as well. I think Boston team total makes a lot of sense as well. Just because I do expect them to be able to score the basketball a little bit more efficiently, and in these elimination games. You see, like Ski kind of said, 1, 2, 3 Galveston, is in full effect, and defense tends to fly out the window. So I was looking into it, and double-digit dogs facing elimination, 26-16 to the over. That's 62%. I don't know if I want to include Cleveland in there because I don't know if they're going to be able to score the ball, especially with Caris LeVert also being on the injury report. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was double-digit 1 seed home favorites in a Game 6 coming off a win. In Game 5 coming off a win in Game 4 are also 9-3 to the over as well. So both of those trends, makes me think that there will be points scored. But I think if I had to play anything, it would be first half. And then if I had a second look, it would be towards the Celtics team total to go over. Just thinking the Cavs just, they just probably already got their bags packed. And it makes no sense. Somebody pointed this out on my show as well. It makes no sense to play Donovan Mitchell in this spot. I know he hasn't been ruled out yet, but like, why risk, his health for the season, for the off season, especially if you're, going to potentially try to trade him here. So, I don't think he's going to play, and I will be only looking towards Boston.
Yeah, I mean, just the line itself, 16 points or 16 and a half, it's down to 15 and a half, or it might be down to 14 and a half, right?
I saw 15 and a half.
Is it 15 and a half? That's how little interest I had on 15 and a half, yeah. So I don't see why you would play him either. I don't know if they trade him, though. Didn't they just pay him before last year?
You talking about Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
He's out of there. Yeah, he's out of there.
Out too.
But that's isn't that what everyone said last year when the Knicks knocked him out? They were like, oh, Donovan Mitchell's going to want out. And then he ended up, they started the season still with the team. I agree with you.
I'd be willing to put a bet down that he is not a Cavalier. That's what I'm telling you.
I would like to see. I know he likes New York. He's a Mets fan.
I heard the Lakers got a trade package waiting for him too.
Everybody can go.
All right, let's move on to the next game. Dallas, Oklahoma City. All right, so my biggest bet of the playoffs for this last game, I had Oklahoma City money line, and man, was that a sweat. Everyone in the Discord was like, we're getting crossed, it's over. we came back and got it. So Dallas at Oklahoma City. Yeah, I went back. Well, I don't want to say I went back and forth, but I could make a strong argument for both sides. If you're expecting the Oklahoma City Thunder shooting to show up, I could see it, how you're on Oklahoma City. If you're expecting the three-point shooting to finally show up, it hasn't been there since game 1 of this series. That was the last time. They haven't shot over 33.3% since game 1 from outside. So this Thunder team, that's the most efficient. They were first in the NBA in three-point percentage. The most efficient three-point shooting team in the NBA is shooting like crap in this series, or at least the last 3 games. So if you're banking on the Thunder outside shooting finally returning, I hear that. That's what I was banking on last time. It didn't happen. But I think What I like to see is Dallas winning the rebounding battle in 3 straight games, and the Thunder finally got some turnovers out of the Mavs in the last game, still barely won. And also, what I just said about the Oklahoma City outside shooting, I feel like that also applies to Dallas, and specifically Kyrie Irving, who's coming off, I don't want to say his first bad game of the playoffs, but his worst game of the playoffs so far, and he's been pretty solid. He's been pretty efficient shooting the ball. So there's so much room for improvement from both sides. So I was just trying to see which team who has more room for improvement. And I think the fact that Dallas keeps winning the rebounding battle and Oklahoma City got the turnovers they wanted and they needed and still barely won. So Oklahoma City, maybe they got hot from 3 and win and cover this. But the way the series has gone, I don't think I'm inclined to lay 4 points with either team in any spot. So I got Dallas plus 4.5 last night. I'm rolling with the Mavs. Hopefully Kyrie bounces back. As far as Luka goes, he's not 100%. I don't know. He's shooting like crap. But you know what? I think that's baked into this line a little bit. So I'm banking on Kyrie Irving bouncing back and shooting the ball like he was earlier in the playoffs. Ski?
Well, I always want to trust Kyrie. I think you made some good points there. Dallas, if I'm not mistaken, has been pretty good in the first quarter of games. Maybe that's a way to look if you don't want to trust them for the entire thing. But I would argue, you said they haven't been shooting that well, but 26% from 3, 38% from the field. I mean, with all those guys coming back home, I think we see OKC shoot a lot better. So it's very tough for me to bet against them. As much as I do like the Dallas team, it's just I expect the role players for Dallas who have been playing pretty good, like PJ Washington, to not shoot as good on the road. So I lean OKC. If I had to make one bet in this game, it'd probably be the under, the way the market is leaning. I mean, Dallas defenses look damn good. It took OKC to fight tooth and nail just to win that game and score 100. And OKC's defense has ramped up. We know how good they can be. So I think they can do it again tonight. It would be under for me as a preference first, and then lean OKC.
If I was betting the total, I'd be on the under too, by the way. I've been leaning under for most of the series. I actually took an under at some point. I think I don't even remember. I think I took the under in game 1 and 2 of this one. Chris, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, very, very similar to what Ski said. I did bet the game. I bet both. I bet OKC minus the 4, and I bet the under 213. So the box score from game 3 was pretty telling for me. I think and what I had wrote in my notes was that if you want to take Dallas in a bounce back spot after winning that game, I find it really, really difficult to do, just because Dallas shot better from the field. They shot 41% to 38. They shot better from 3 than OKC. OKC shot 7 for 27 for 26%, like you said. Dallas shot 12 for 35 for 34%. Dallas won the rebounding battle, 47 to 45. They had more assists, 26 to 18. They had more points off turnovers, 19 to 10. And they had more points in the paint, 40 to 28. So if OKC can win that type of game on the road, it's going to be really difficult, like Ski said, because I do think that role players are going to play better. Also looked into the blown lead, the blown lead thing. OKC was winning this. Dallas was winning this game by 14. So road teams that blew just a 10-point lead in game 4 of a tied series, and then they're going on the road in the next game, 18 and 54 straight up, 33 and 39 against the spread. We're not looking for this team to win by 6 or 7, just 2 possessions. And I think, them being back home, I think that comes into play here. I think OKC role players play a little bit better. I think SGA continues to lead them. I think Dort continues to make hell for Luka on the court as he has throughout the series. He shot 6 for 20 and just 2 for 9 from the 3-point line. So that's why I like OKC in the spot to bounce back. And then as far as the total, I mean, Ski mentioned some of it, but the total so far are 3-1 to the under in the series. And the outside shooting hasn't been there from either team. Specifically, just Luka in game 2. That was the only game that went over. Luka, you could say that was an outlier because he shot the ball so well from the 3-point line. But each of the other games actually stayed under by 7 points or more. So I think that's pretty telling. I think defenses are both going to show up here. Both teams have held the other team under 39% shooting from the field and 38% shooting from the 3-point line. I do think we can lean on both of these defenses. And I think Luka and the Mavs are averaging just 104 points in the series, even with a 119-point outlier in game 2. So I think OKC defense, we know OKC is not really fadeable specifically at home. So I think they can get it done by 2 possessions. And I do like the game to go under as well. I contemplated Dallas team total under at 104.5, but I think both teams played really good defense. So I got it at 213, and I did lay the 4 with OKC.
And one more thing that I feel like is on my side with the Mavs here is I have completely accepted the fact that Luka Doncic is injured, and in my prediction, I'm counting on him to be an inefficient shooter and more of a liability offensively. So I'm incorporating that in. You know what? Game 2 in Oklahoma City, Luka Doncic played really well and shot the ball well. It's pretty much his only good game of the playoffs. It was 11 of 21, 5 of 8 from 3. So I still have in my back pocket, even though I'm not counting on it, still have in my back pocket the chance that Luka Doncic does come out and play like the Luka Doncic we're used to seeing, even though I think most evidence points towards that not happening. But we'll see. I took the points.
So Kyle, real quick, last thing, I forgot to mention this. So the Kyrie bounce back thing, I do think that's probably going to happen. Kyrie shot 4 for 11, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, only had 9 points. But the regression, I don't even know if it's going to be. I think one of you guys mentioned PJ Washington. PJ Washington been balling like 3 straight games. He done hit 23s in the last 3 games. I look at the box score and think it's going to be Derrick Jones Jr. He had 17 points. When he was at OKC, he was getting 5 and 3. So I think it could be the even if Kyrie plays better, I think Derrick Jones Jr. plays worse. He shot 7 for 12 from the field. And, I don't know if Tim Hardaway Jr., Derek Lively, Jalen Green, and Dante Exum going to be able to, how much they're going to be able to contribute either. So even with expecting a Kyrie bounce back, Luka probably playing the same. I think Derrick Jones Jr. regresses a little bit here. Yeah,
I could see that and the PJ Washington. I just need Luka to show. Come on. So our poll is actually pretty split on this one. A lot of people betting it's 50% to 39% Dallas. So more so of the chat is betting Dallas, but a lot of people betting Oklahoma City. Thanks you guys for joining. Make sure you give these guys a follow. They both put out daily content on YouTube. If you like my stuff, you'll like their stuff also. It's very similar. They go through their picks every single day. Ski's show is at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. And he also does a second show too. So just subscribe to this channel. You'll see what he's got. And Chris does an early morning show. I think 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so make sure you show these guys some support. We appreciate them taking the time to come on. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Ski, let me know what day you want me to come on. I'm down.
Sounds good, Sauce. Appreciate you.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
guys.
Appreciate you guys having me on. Best of luck tonight, Ski. Best of luck, Sauce.
Later. You know what? Let's just go right into baseball. System Plays. I kind of messed up the flow of things here. So, toast.
I can wait.
Let's see. Is he ready? Let's send him a link real quick. There's only one game. It'll take 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not. I just put the baby down.
How about this?
So I'm good either way.
I'll send him the link, and then we'll see if he's ready. And in the meantime, we could just do a baseball game and skip over to NHL for 2 seconds. So, all right.
You trying your best to let me know what time it's going to start, though.
Yeah, I was trying.
No, I like I said, I 100%. I was dead serious when I meant that.
Yeah. All right. So, Mets, Phillies, and I know the Royals watch. 6 outs down, Toes, 0 runs from Kansas City. 7 innings to go.
The way my day has gone, probably. So
you got robbed with Toronto.
So
a fan robbed you.
No, it is what it is.
All right, so Mets, Phillies.
System Plays is here though. If you want to do that.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, that was my mistake. I must have forgot to send you the link. So. All right, so let's just do this NHL game real quick, and then we'll get to the MLB. All right, so just one game, and it is Colorado Dallas. What's the series?
3-1 Dallas.
So Dallas looking to close it out. True or false? The Stars close it out.
Stars close it out. I've talked about a few of these teams being down in the series, like the Hurricanes and Bruins, possibly making comebacks, but I think this is a nail in the coffin here for the Avalanche. The Avalanche, they lost Val Nichushkin for failing a drug test. And he's had these kinds of problems before. I wish him the best, but he's their top scorer in the playoffs, and we saw that last game. the Avs weren't able to generate anything. They got held to 1 goal again. You really missed them last game. Dallas put up 4 on them, and they just rode that to a 3-1 series lead. Now they return back home. I think it's pretty much over for the Avs. Stars have looked better in every aspect. Georgiev wasn't even that bad in the last game. He played pretty good in my opinion, and if he played bad, that game is like 7-1, 8-1 Dallas, honestly. I don't think he has it in him to play good 2 games in a row. So, like, even if he does play good, like we saw, the Stars still scored 4 goals. So they have the advantage in goal, of course. We have Chushkin out. I think they have the advantage offensively as well. So, yeah, Dallas here.
Dallas money line -142, and the community heavily agrees with you, 66% to 20%. So Dallas is definitely going to be a little bit of a public side here. Not saying that should scare you off your bet. Just be aware of it. Yeah, Stars up. I'll put a Stars graphic up for me.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I won't. But I would go Stars also to close it out. Without the reason I know that player is because you took him to score a goal because he had scored a goal in every single playoff game, and now he's out. So
now he's out, yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, Friday. So I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what I'm going to be on tomorrow.
Or you could just text me, and I'll read your text off to everyone during the. We could do it like that.
All right, I'll see you
later, man. All right, back to baseball.
No Beaver?
No Beaver. He attacked somebody on Twitter for saying "ouch," so he's coming over to. So, all right, Phillies. Oh shit. So wait, hold on. Before you start, Andy pointed this out, that this guy, Lucchese, apparently has a pattern of pitching really well his first start up from the minors. And Andy's a diehard Mets fan that would know some weird shit like that.
Can I ask who those starts were against?
Yo, Andy, who were those starts against? He said he's pulling it up now.
Okay. Anyway, I really want to take the Mets here. I'm not going to. It would be Mets or pass. Not that I feel like I feel like Ranger Suarez is due to get hit up or anything like that. I just feel like this number is pretty damn high. It is a getaway day type of game. It's just, again, have the Phillies been rolling? Yes, but I understand that they're getting guys back into the lineup now. But I mean, Schwarber is first game back now. Real Muto is first game back now. So again, those guys are back, but it's going to be their first game back. I don't know how well they're going to play. If it's the Phillies that we know and love, then it would be an easy Phillies -1.5. But I think this is kind of like a sneaky Mets spot here. Again, I didn't play it. Maybe if you wanted to, just because we know how bad that Phillies bullpen has been at times. And they all had the day off yesterday, but Alvarado's went 2 of the last 3 days. And a lot of those guys went the day before. So maybe a Mets +1.5 if
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I would go that way. That would make more sense to me. Diaz, Ottavino, all those guys had the day off, but they went 2 of the last 3 days as well. But again, I just think that this is kind of like a sneaky Mets spot. I don't know why I called intuition. My gut said that about Toronto this morning, and we all saw how that turned out. So,
you should have won the game. Andy, read me. What's up? 2 times. At San Francisco. He got called up twice. At San Francisco, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs. Later in the season, got called up again. At St. Louis, 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs.
So, and to his point, kind of to his point, Lucchese, the Phillies really haven't seen him either. And the guys that have seen him haven't had any success. Bryce Harper, 2 for 1 against, or 1 for 2, excuse me. But everybody else, Schwarber 0 for 5, Real Muto 0 for 3, Alec Boehm 0 for 1. So, again, that's such a tiny sample size I'm just trying to throw that out there. And Ranger Suarez, it's not like he's blanking the Mets. And the Mets know him. They saw him twice last year. So, again, I think it's a Mets spot. That's just what my gut tells me. I didn't bet it.
All right. Well, community's all over the Phillies, as you would expect. I mean,
Yeah.
Ranger Suarez has been good as hell. Mets, not the best lineup against lefties. I get it. Rays Bo Sox, and shout out to the Bo Sox for coming through. The past couple weeks in MLB, those close games at the end, I've been on the losing end on most of those, and that's betting, man. Those coin flip games at the end, sometimes they roll your way and sometimes they don't. Last couple weeks they've been rolling the other way. Not last night. Boston rolled my way. I like the Red Sox, and they came through, won in extra innings. Taj Bradley, who Prop Beaver's trying to call a bet on pitcher now. I don't know. I would say over. Let me look at the bullpens, actually.
The bullpens, Boston is pretty damn. Yeah, I was just going to say Boston is, but so is Tampa Bay. So your over would make a lot of sense. Both of these bullpens are pretty heavily taxed. I would lean over as well. I didn't bet this game. Like I said, the Rays are played very, very well against Boston the last couple of years. Again, yesterday it took them. The Rays lost in 12. Do I think that Taj Bradley is really good? Yeah. I don't know if he's 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run against the Yankees good at home. Keep in mind two of his last 3 starts. Now, keep in mind, this was last year, but 2 of his last 3 starts on the road pretty bad, really quickly. At Minnesota, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs. At Cleveland, finally something good. 5 hits, 3 runs. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. But then again, at Houston, 3 1/3, 3 hits, 5 runs. So on the road, Taj Bradley, not the best guy either. But again, if you look at Tanner Houck, the 2 times that he faced Tampa Bay at home last year, rocked 8 innings, 15 hits, 10 runs. Again, in Tanner Houck, is he really, really good, or is he starting to lose it right now? We've seen his last 2 starts against Washington and Minnesota, 13 innings, but 12 hits, 6 runs, 9 strikeouts, 3 walks. I mean, it's not super dominant stuff like he was pitching earlier in the year. So I lean Rays. It's kind of gross, but yeah, I lean Rays.
The homie with the big feet says it's raining in Boston right now. Source, my window. So I guess that's where he's at in Boston. Community heavily leaning towards the Rays there. Really?
Interesting.
Well, I mean, if you're going to fade Tanner Houck, historically, you fade him at Fenway.
I would assume most people see his history against the Rays. I mean, it's really bad. So, it's a pass for me.
We got Cubs, Braves. This was my only MLB loss yesterday. I went 5-1 in MLB. Cubs at +170 was my only loss. The Braves destroyed Tyone. So here we are with Assad. I mean, another Cubs righty that I think is pretty good. But if the Braves lineup are waking up and that's hitting slumps over, I'm not trying to be on the other side of it. And I liked backing the Cubs yesterday. The reason I took a shot, part of it was I trust that lineup a lot more against lefties. And the Braves had, was it Fried on the mound yesterday? Who the hell pitched for the Braves yesterday? Is a lefty. Sale. It was Sale. So I'm more inclined to back the Cubs against a lefty, not a righty, even though I'm not a Charlie Morton guy and I'm down to fade Charlie Morton. But I honestly think I would probably be Braves -1.5 if you put a gun to my head and force me to bet it, but I'm not betting it.
I played over 9, but don't really love it now. Acuna is sitting for the first, or Acuna is sitting today. Riley is sitting again today. So you're getting.
They're both sitting?
Yeah. So
wait, hold
I didn't
on.
think. Yeah.
Then why?
So,
they're two best hitters.
Yeah. Give or take, yeah. I mean, Ozuna's been really, really good for them, so probably. But yeah, I mean, essentially, give or take. But yeah. So I played the over 9. I had already bet it. I don't really love it as much now. I assumed maybe that Riley was going to sit just because he had been sitting the last couple of days. I think he was dealing with something, but I didn't think that Acuna would sit. So for both of them to not go.
This passed the stupid game then. I didn't realize that they were both out. That sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Actually, 41%, 37% Cubs. Community likes the Cubs there. Wow. Look at the community.
Yeah, Charlie Morton got lit up by the Cubs last year in Chicago. I don't know if that means much, but yeah.
And now for the next game, Toast is on the wrong side here.
Yeah, probably.
So I got the Twins at -112. So CLV out the ass here. Is that -135? Let's see if that's still where it's at. Twins.
Yeah, and I got the
-130.
exact opposite. I took the Yankees at +100. They're +120 now.
I mean, I like the Twins to win the game, so my pick is still the Twins. But I really obviously am very happy to give it at -112 and not -135. Pablo Lopez, underlying numbers, excellent. We've talked a lot of shit about Pablo Lopez on this show. We probably owe him an apology. I mean, his whip on the season is under 1. His expected FIP's like 3 something. He's got his numbers on the year are fine. In fact, I believe it's his last 3 starts are absolutely dominant. Pablo's got good stuff, man. And this Yankees lineup, what I was talking about in last night's video, their numbers against righties are elite, but they may be skewed based on 3 absolute explosions. They rocked Arrighetti, Casey Mize, and Verlander. So the Yankees rocked these 3 guys, right? The other 8 starters, so if you take the last 11 righty starters that have pitched against the Yankees, they rocked those 3 guys. The other 8 held the Yankees to 2 earned runs or less. So the Yankees just such a streaky lineup, and when you light up a guy like Arrighetti for 8 runs, when you look at their numbers against righties over the last 7 days, they look pretty good, but it's really because they just hit up this one guy to the bejesus. So I think the Yankees' numbers against righties are a bit skewed. I think Pablo Lopez deals here. And Stroman, I mean, Toast can tell you about Stroman. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Stroman. He's walking like 4 or 5 batters a start now.
Yeah. I like the Yankees. Probably going to rebet it at +120 as well. I just think that this number is out of control. The Yankees numbers might be skewed, but I understand that it was a lefty in Tampa Bay, but they scored 15 runs the last couple nights. So I understand that the Twins are playing really good baseball right now as well, but the Yankees are 8-2 their last 10. And if Stroman gives me just a little bit of something and just doesn't get absolutely shelled, the Yankees have everybody rested and available, ready to go in their bullpen. So I'm not even worried about that at all. So Ian Hamilton has gone 3 of the last 4 days. If he's not available, so the way that Luke Weaver has been pitching right now, him, Ferguson, and Holmes, I'm ready to go. So as long as I personally feel, as long as Stroman doesn't get absolutely shelled, I think the Yankees have a very good chance of winning this game. So Yankees, especially with that lineup, everybody's going for the Yankees in the lineup that I want them to go. They're not sitting anybody. I'll take my chances with the Yankees.
Dude, this is split down. So not only are me and you on opposite sides, our poll, 45%, 45%. This is an ultimate 50-50 game. Me and Toast disagree. The community disagrees. So, yeah, a true split. I think I'm on the right side, though. Also, but I mean, regardless, I'm holding value at -112. So, for those of you that followed it last night when I posted it, we are sitting on CLV. Whether or not that translates into a win, we'll see.
It probably will. I mean, favorites are just continue to win. I mean,
not the Royals last night.
I mean, yeah, there's very small ones, but yeah. I mean,
so Cleveland at Texas. I know that I'm wearing a Texas Rangers hat, but for the life of me, I can tell you I'm not betting the Texas Rangers. I didn't even look at this game. I won't bet that team. I will not bet them ever since the day where you had Cleveland and won that game. I think it was like 2-0, the final score. I took the Rangers. I have no interest. This is Carlos Carrasco making a road start, too. This is usually an auto bet. Whenever Carlos Carrasco making a road start, fade. But I won't do it here. I'm not taking the Rangers right now until they show me something.
Cleveland team total over 3.5 for me. I kind of like it a lot, but like I said, I've been getting killed today, so I don't really have a whole bunch of confidence in it. But John Gray, I've never been a big John Gray guy. I know that he's pitched well to start the year. He's also faced Colorado, the Royals, the Nationals, Seattle, Detroit, Oakland, Houston. I mean, all those teams have gone through it trying to hit the baseball this year, to say the least. He has terrible history against Cleveland. Cleveland saw him twice last year, 9 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 7 runs. Not to mention the fact that if you take a look at John Gray's splits against lefties this season, he's kind of struggling. A WOBA at 319. Cleveland's going to send 8 lefty batters to the plate today. Cleveland scored 7 runs in 3 straight games. I'm just going to continue to take chances on this Cleveland bats. So, and by the way, Cookie Carrasco, decent numbers against the Rangers. So
Really?
I wouldn't throw out. I wouldn't
Wait,
throw
lifetime?
out.
Lifetime?
Yeah, lifetime. I mean, again, it's nothing.
But
I'm not gonna
Carrasco, because Carrasco was a
I'm not
beast
gonna
in
go to
like
bat.
2020.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to bat on his lifetime numbers against the Rangers. I'm just
Wasn't
saying.
he an all-star with the Cleveland Indians at the time? Wasn't he an all-star?
I mean, these, like I said, these numbers are going back to 2016, 17, 18, 2022. 2022 is his last decent start against them. So
someone's saying that Carrasco's headed back to AAA after tonight, but I don't know if they were making a joke or if they actually.
They're making a joke.
Oh, okay. You never know.
So. Yeah, he eats innings for them. 6 innings or 7 innings last time out, 6 innings out the next time of 4. Again, regardless, even if they're winning and losing those games, I mean, teams need the guys to eat those innings. So, and they'll take it. I mean, they're 3-5 when he starts. It's not like they're losing every time he goes out there. So, again, I'm not trying to make a case for Cookie Carrasco. I'm just facts.
By the way, I decided. Dude, I feel like the community parlay just isn't that interesting anymore. Instead, we're going to do the community parlay, but at the end, the 4 picks, we're going to narrow it down to community top bet. So we have a top bet because I'm down to tail the community top bet. I think it's a better look. We'll try it out today, see how it feels. But Oakland on the road at Houston. Dude, Framber Valdez. I don't know who Brooks is, though.
I mean.
Is he the MLB debut guy?
He's a rookie. No, I'm sorry. He's not a rookie. He's a guy that. Sorry, excuse me. He's been a guy that goes up and down. Majors, minors.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, he has been absolutely throttled by this Houston lineup. Again, this is like in 2019. So, like I said, I when I said rookie, I looked because I saw the numbers. But again, I misspoke. He's one of those guys that literally goes up and down. He used to pitch for the Padres. That's why I remember him. That's how I remember him. But regardless, terrible history against the Astros. The 3 guys that in the lineup that have seen him the most, Altuve, Bregman, who is heating up, is 4 for 5 against him. I think this is like an Oakland team total spot. If anything, Framber, for whatever reason, just has struggled against Oakland. I mean, they've seen him a lot. Obviously, they play their division rivals, obviously, so they see him a lot. So they saw Framber 4 times last year. Framber gave up 3 runs one time, 4 runs the other time, and then the 2 other good starts. But one of those starts was like a 9-inning, 4-hit shutout. So you take that away, Oakland shouldn't be so worried about them. So I mean, Oakland team total over whatever it is, if that would be a
probably
look.
Get a nice 3 on Caesars or something. If I had to guess, I'll look it up now.
Something of that nature. There's no way I would pay Houston at this price. I think they got pretty damn lucky. Yeah, Oakland team total over 3.5 for the full game. You could go 1.5 for the first 5 at minus 100 plus 100.
So the 3.5's at plus money everywhere. You can get on Caesars. You can get an Oakland team total over 3 at minus 133.
Yeah, and keep in mind too, if Oakland has been hitting left-handed pitching in the last 14 days, 3rd in OPS, 3rd in WRC plus, 3rd in WOBA, even going back the last 30 days, 11th in WRC plus, 13th in OPS, 14th in WOBA. So, I mean, this is their power split is against lefties. So, I don't think that they're 3rd in the league versus lefties, but they have been playing like it.
Well, our community poll, actually the 2 most popular bets here are Astros minus 1.5 has 34% of the votes.
Oh, pull up the Astros bullpen too. I forgot about that. Pull up that Astros bullpen. That's the last thing I
can't tell you because it's good or bad.
Oh
my God. Bro, dude, Oakland or
I forgot. It's in my notes. I was going through stuff. You asked me about the other guy. I got scatterbrained.
So here is Houston's bullpen. Hader threw 30 pitches last night.
He's done. Not available. He can't go that. He does not do back-to-back.
Maybe Abreu if they need him.
Probably if they really have to.
But there won't no Montero.
No.
So oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
No Scott either. Yeah.
So Framber Valdez is going to have to go 6.
Yeah, they're going to
regardless.
ask him. That would be another look too. Like if you're like
Framber over outs.
Yeah, I would say that's another decent look. Again, I don't play that market, so I don't know. I can't speak to it as far as what's good value and whatnot. But the Astros need him to go deep into this game. So
Framber over outs because they don't have the arms behind him, so he's got to pitch through whatever. Or maybe you could translate that also and turn it into Framber over hits because they're going to keep him in.
True that.
All right, next game. St. Louis versus the Angels. Oh my God, I forgot to place my bet. Oh, I know why. Okay. Now I remember this game. So I uploaded a video on this game last night, and I thought I was pretty safe, so I uploaded it. I recorded the video, edited it, and I had it ready to upload. And then the Cardinals ended up towards the end of the game with a 1-run lead, and they used Jojo Romero and Helsley. So I went from in the video I said Cardinals money line, but I don't know if I could actually play the Cardinals now with the bullpen situation. But I think the Cardinals absolutely crush Canning here.
That's what I'm saying.
But do you trust the Cardinals bullpen enough to bet him, or do you take a Cards team total over 4.5?
That's why I don't know what to do, because I don't know if I want to play 4.5 at essentially plus money, right?
It might be like -110. Total's at 8.5, and they're favored. It might be a -110. I'll pull it up. But you're not going to get a good price on that team total.
I know I looked at that team total earlier today. Yeah, it's a plus. You can get 4 -120. I actually wouldn't mind that. Just pay a little bit of juice. I wouldn't mind that at all, actually.
Cards team total over 4. I see -125 on Caesars. 4.5. I'm seeing a +105 out there. What are they saying? 5-0. It's 5-0 Rockies. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy.
I didn't have a bet on that game.
Me neither. Oh, you know what? On YouTube I said I would go first 5. Oh, Prop Beaver Red Rockies. Oh, Prop Beaver Red Rockies first 5 money line.
I thought he had the under.
Yeah, I think he took both. But the Rockies first 5 money line would be plus money. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so I like that. I like the Cardinals a lot here, but I'm worried about them having no bullpen tonight. So that's exactly what we just talked about, and that's exactly how I feel. And it seems like Toast feels similarly. I really think, if you're wondering why I think Griffin Canning gets rocked and you didn't see the video from last night, so first of all, Cardinals are starting to heat up against righties. They've actually got nice numbers against right-handed pitching recently, and Griffin Canning is coming off 2 great starts. But against who? Against 2 of the coldest lineups in baseball. It was Cleveland and I forget who.
The Royals.
Royals. Yeah, so he's Griffin Canning, ultimate sell high spot, because he was getting shelled this year, and now he's coming off back-to-back good starts. So people are like, oh, Griffin Canning's getting hot. No, he pitched against the Royals and the ice-cold Guardians. St. Louis is heating up against righties. I think the Cards light Canning up. Whether you want to bet St. Louis or not and take a shot with the bullpen. Oh, you know what? I should probably show you guys the bullpen so you know what we're talking about here.
It's paint by numbers, y'all.
Yeah, oh my Lord. So, Helsley maybe if they need him. But
I mean,
you're not going to see you're not going to see Romero. Probably
No
Kittredge.
I was going to say you're probably going to get Kittredge, but even Fernandez, I understand 5-11, but 3 of the last 4 days. That's I mean, that's a lot. You're asking him to get ready then 5 times. Yeah, and that's just a lot. So yeah.
Same bet for you, right? Cardinals team total over a pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
We could actually just do the first 5 team total. I wonder what that would be. Because you could probably get 2.5 at a huge plus price number. I would guess it's going to be like 120-ish or something.
First half team total. Cardinals. Oh, you can get over. Oh, it's 2.5, but it's plus 124 on DraftKings.
Yeah.
So I might do something along those lines. I don't have anything down on it yet. Our community is leaning towards the Cardinals. 49%, 38% Cards. Last game, Dodgers, Giants. Who's pitching for the Dodgers? When I made the graphics, it was undecided.
Ryan Yarborough.
Ooh, Yarbs.
Yes, sir.
So I had Dodgers -1.5. I tailed toast on that last night. Came through. Dude, after Logan Webb, historically, you take Logan Webb at home against the Dodgers, right? He gets up for this game, but this year's Logan Webb, I have no interest in backing.
Yeah, Dodgers -1.5 for me. You guys already know that. And honestly, Logan Webb hasn't really looked good against the Dodgers. His last 3 of his last 4 games that he's lost. His last time out this year was in Dodger Stadium. I'll give you that. 7 hits, 5 runs. His previous 2 starts in San Francisco, 10 total innings, 5 earned runs, 8 total runs, 13 hits. And honestly, we just saw Ryan Yarbrough pitch against the Giants not earlier this season, and he pitched just fine. I think he gave up 2 runs against them. So this Giants team just is really, really struggling at the plate. Commission, I just had a podcast yesterday detailing that how much this team has missed through injuries. If you just take a look at that lineup really quickly, listen to this. Estrada, Wade, Chapman, Flores, Ramos, Matos, Schmidt, Ritz, and Fitzgerald. Those Matos, Schmidt, Ritz, and Fitzgerald, that's literally a AAA lineup. So I know that Matos hit a home run the other night against Yamamoto. I think that's just more lucky than anything. I think the Dodgers are pissed off after losing that Padres series. And obviously, the Padres about to get swept by the Rockies. So, I'm going to continue to bet the Dodgers -1.5 until they give me a reason not to.
Yeah, I don't. Yarbrough's a lefty, isn't he? Hold on. If Yarbrough's a lefty, I'm not betting this. Yarbrough. They still say undecided, dude. It still says undecided.
Yeah, everything that I'm reading says that it's going to be Ryan Yarbrough.
Yarbrough.
So I'm looking right
lefty.
now.
Yeah, I'm not betting the Dodgers because the Giants against lefty, I actually have some faith in the lineup, so it'll be a pass for me.
Yeah, but those guys are out of the lineup now. Soler out of the lineup. Young-Hoo Lee out of the lineup.
What about Yaz?
Out of the lineup.
Why?
He's not expected to play today. We'll see. But yeah.
All right.
No, something happened to Yaz. He got hurt. I'm pretty sure.
Oh. All right.
But yeah, they're going through a ton of injuries.
Community. Let's do the community top bet.
Maybe not.
Which is the same. We're going to do the same exact process as the community parlay, but at the end we're going to vote. And this time, what the difference is, instead of putting like a -280 favorite, I will put the -1.5 in there. So Mets, Phillies. You guys like the Phillies? Anything above -170 will be a -1.5. So Phillies -1.5. Rays, Red Sox. They like the Rays in that one. You guys voted the Rays. Cubs, Braves. You guys voted the Cubs in that one. Oh, actually, because it's -170, Cubs +1.5.
Actually, yeah, Yastrzemski should play. I don't know.
Yankees, Twins. It was split, but the Yankees barely won. All right. What's the first finalist?
Oh, that's why he's not in the lineup.
Yaz got benched, Doug Lane says.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's why I was like, that's why I saw his numbers versus left-handed pitching, so that makes sense.
Yeah, he is a lefty.
Got it.
Wow, you guys really like Phillies -1.5 that bad? You guys aren't familiar with Joey Lucchese's game.
I think I should bet the Mets.
I think I might also, especially because I'm sitting here next to Andy. So whenever Andy's here, we make sure the Mets are on the front TV. So I'll be watching the whole thing.
I just think that number is big because of Schwarber and Real Muto back in the lineup, and I don't know if that's as a plus as everybody thinks it's going to be. But
top bet finalists: Phillies -1.5. All right, so where'd I leave off? Cubs, Yankees. All right, so they like Cleveland. Athletics, Astros. They like the Astros -1.5 in that one. Cardinals, Angels. They like the Cardinals. Dodgers, Giants. They like the Dodgers. Cast your votes.
Yeah. Man. Lucchese, man.
Yeah, when he comes back up from the minors, he deals. So it looks like it's going to be Dodgers and Phillies in the finalists. So let's see. Favorite bet: Phillies -1.5 or Dodgers money line. Cast your votes. What's our first ever community top bet? Because this is, I will tail the community top bets. The community parlay, it's like, I would love to tail every day, but I also, like, I'm not trying to, like, just make a donation every, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, that's not, it's going to be a negative value play every day. But I'm down to bet this every single day.
Did you see our Reds team total bet just get completely screwed because the team's sick?
No, are they sick?
Dude, no India, no De La Cruz. Both of those guys.
Oh my
sat.
God.
Yeah, dude. Like, just today is just fucking stupid.
Well, I'm only 0-1 today. The Nationals.
Yeah, I'm 0-3.
I need the Royals team total under. Also, I have that shutout bet.
Oh, that'll hit.
It's only been 3 innings. All right,
Yeah,
so
but-
the community top bet today, the first ever community top bet is Dodgers money line at -142.
Why are we playing Dodgers? Have I not taught the community anything?
Well, in their defense, I only gave them.
Okay.
They didn't have that as an option.
Okay.
Community top bet: Dodgers money line -142. Thanks everyone for watching. Tomorrow, hopefully, Commission's coming on. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll be on. Oh, the MLB. All the MLB will be early because on Thursday there's not many night games. So let me just check the schedule. But that's what we've been doing.
No, they're all night games tomorrow.
Oh wow. In that
So-
case, normal time. No morning show tomorrow. Normal time would be
Yeah.
on at 3:45 p.m. Eastern time to go through everything. No day show. Damn it. So Commission won't be coming on this week. All right.
Yeah.
You guys said you recorded a podcast. What are you getting that to me?
He should send it over anytime soon.
All right. Cool. Everyone have a good night tonight. Remember to bet responsibly. Talk to you later.